The NBA season officially set to tip off on October 19th, but the first preseason game this Sunday between two favorites to win it all, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets. But those chances could be in jeopardy for the Nets because of one of its stars, Kyrie Irving. He's among the few NBA players who still has not been vaccinated. And now sources are telling ESPN the vaccination rate actually for NBA players has risen to 95%, and that number includes players who have received just the first dose. To break it all down, NBA vaccination rate plus the hesitancy of a few of its stars, let's bring in our ESPN commentator, Stephen A. Smith. Stephen, great to see you.
See you. How are you?
All right. Well, you have argued this week that the Nets must trade Irving if he refuses to get that vaccine. What are the actual chances you think of that happening, and what message do you want to put out there about that?
Well, the chances of that happening are slim to none, simply because Kevin Durant is the star of the Brooklyn Nets. He absolutely loves Kyrie Irving. They're very, very tight. The biggest reason he's in Brooklyn is because Kyrie Irving wanted to go and play for the Brooklyn Nets. That's how close they are. And so as a result of that, because of the superstar status that Kevin Durant holds, he's widely considered one of the top two players in the world, if not the best in the world at this particular moment in time. What he wants, the Brooklyn Nets are going to do. And under no circumstances would he co-sign moving Kyrie Irving. And then if you're another NBA team, Kyrie Irving has proven to be so eccentric that he's hinted that if he were to ever get traded, he'd retire, and nobody is going to summarily dismiss that because they know he's capable of making such a decision. As it pertains to your second question, I would tell you that, again, the message that I want to send is that over 6 billion people worldwide have taken the vaccine. We understand that for the most part, for the vast majority of citizens throughout this world, it's relatively safe. When you take that into consideration and the fact that you're Kyrie Irving, you're in the midst of making $35 million a year, you're still collecting a paycheck, you have a responsibility to your team and the organizations, and there's 95% of the league has already taken that vaccination. You can have a personal opinion all you want to. There's a lot of shots that we didn't want to take throughout our lives because the government mandated it, particularly when we were traveling and things of that nature. We had to do that. This could be considered in that same light. He's got to accept that and understand that that's the circumstances he has to deal with and move forward.
Let me ask you, Stephen, while I have you, why do you think that some of the unvaccinated players are so outspoken about not getting the shot? There is this huge distrust within the black community surrounding vaccines in general. So do you think that, their feelings and concerns are somewhat legit here?
No, I don't. We've all had concerns. The concerns haven't gone away. Listen, I took the vaccine. I didn't want to take the vaccine. And when I took the vaccine, I was certainly concerned about it. But when I had an individual by the name of Dennis Pullen, who's the president of Virtual Health in South Jersey, show me ICUs filled with nothing but black folks, you understand what's going on and how traumatic this situation is. Not to mention the fact that, again, over 6 billion people worldwide have taken the vaccine. We can't ignore that reality. And then you have to take into account the fact that it's not just about you. I'm getting tired of hearing this notion that it's a private matter. It's not private when you have the ability to contaminate other people. If you have an ailment or a health issue that's strictly about you, then that's private. But when you have the power to contaminate somebody else and endanger their lives, privacy goes out the window. It's a pandemic, and you got to treat it as such. And the reticence that they may have, while you understand it from an historical perspective, and the people are popular bringing up the Tuskegee experiment and what have you, those were people that weren't being treated. They were led to believe they were being treated and actually were not, from the 30s to like 1972. That was the crime in that particular situation. This is reverse. You have people from different ethnicities and races that are gobbling up the vaccine, and people from the African-American community are reticent about taking it. And as a result, we're suffering disproportionately compared to other races of people because of those fears. With the information that has been placed out there, with the inordinate amount of people who've already taken it, there's simply no excuse to use that as an excuse to walk around endangering other people because you are not vaccinated. There is no excuse for it whatsoever. I completely support the NBA in their position. I wish the NFL took the same position, and I hope they continue to make it difficult for people who are unvaccinated. You can have reticence all you want to, but guess what? Your reticence shouldn't usurp the concerns for other lives that are walking around minding their business and trying to be healthy and live healthy lives. They shouldn't be endangered by your negligence and your skepticism. That ain't
And you know
private.
what? Well, and you're passionate about that. You called out LeBron James for staying quiet for too long about his vaccination status. So do you think big players of that caliber, should be role models and come forward and say, look, don't be hesitant. We've got to do something here, because there's still a lot of hesitancy within the black community. And LeBron James, as you know, has a lot of power, Stephen, if he speaks up.
I would like him to do that, but I don't feel he's obligated to do so. The obligation is to get vaccinated and to make sure that you're not an endangerment to other people. Your willingness to speak up and speak out, while I'd prefer it, certainly I understand in most instances why some players would be a bit reluctant, like Draymond Green talking to Andrew Wiggins or refusing to do so, by the way, and stuff like that. I understand that. LeBron James holds a different position, though. He has been somebody that has been front and center, having a willingness to speak out, and almost religiously, it's always on behalf of our community. And so when you consider the numbers and the statistics, and you see how our community is disproportionately affected, why would you feel compelled to speak out about everything else but be quiet about this? I say that to him not because he's this iconic figure in the world of basketball. I say it to him because he's been willing to speak out after doing his research about everything else. So since you did your research and that made it comfortable for you to get the vaccine, not just for yourself, but for your family, why not be willing to speak out now when lives are being lost in an inordinate amount, by an inordinate amount of people, because we're not speaking out and people still have a strong reluctance to taking the vaccine. That's my issue. I certainly understand the reticence, the apprehension. I'm not saying that I don't. But in the end, when you understand what's at stake, if you spoke out about other things, well, why not speak out about this? If you have decided after doing your research that it was the right thing for you to do. It makes no sense to be quiet about that. And as far as I'm concerned, it's inconsistent with the things that he's been saying. He's an incredible role model, an incredible person, and one of the greatest players we've ever seen. And please don't get me wrong, he's still an incredible role model. It's just that on this particular issue, I felt he should have spoke up much, much earlier than he did. And I certainly would like him to speak up now about encouraging other people, since indeed you said you did your research. Share your research and tell them that, guess what? It's the right decision to make. That would be nice.
Tell you what, you always speak up and speak out, and I appreciate it. ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, thanks so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.